Dear fellow SI scholars, SI team and Swedish government representatives, I'm grateful. Grateful for having this chance to stand in front of you and give this farewell speech tonight. On behalf of all SI scholars, I would like to thank the Swedish government and the Swedish Institute for the amazing opportunity they presented us with, obtaining a graduate level of education and having a possibility to live in one of the most developed countries in the world. Before I shall continue further, let's jump back in time. It was the 19th of May, 2014, when my mom and I left the Swedish embassy in Kiev. My mom was extremely excited, and I was suddenly walking, completely lost in my thoughts. At some point, my mom asked me whether something was wrong with me. I pulled out my mobile and opened the calculator. After a few seconds, I asked her, "Do you know how much the Swedish government and the Swedish Institute are investing in my education?" My mom looked at me and said, "No, not really." I continued. "It is around $70,000, which equals to 40 years of you and Dad working non-stop and saving every single penny to afford this education. 40 years. And then I said, why did the Swedish government and the Swedish Institute do something that will be completely out of my reach and completely possible for me? What are they investing so much in?" And my mom, with tears in her eyes, said, "They are investing in you, in your potential." My message today is neither about tears nor about money, but it is indeed about potential, our potential. During my time in Sweden, I became extremely curious how the potential spotted in each of us could further be revealed, enriched, and tested. There were 3 things that I've learned, and I would like to share them with you. Number 1, trust your gut feeling. Before I came to Sweden, I did not really know how this whole experience would look like. What challenges I would face, what things I would learn, what people I would meet. For me, it was like diving into a realm of the unknown. Diving into something that was unpredictable and at the same time exciting. Most of the times, the unknown scares us and prevents us from going further, from exploring and trusting ourselves. Yes, the unknown is scary. It challenges one's paradigm of thinking and way of doing things. But often, it is where you find your true self, realizing who you are truly, what you stand for, and what you are capable of. Not knowing does not mean failing by default. Not knowing means going out there and experiencing it because you feel like there is potential under the surface that needs to be scratched. As future leaders, we have to stay open-minded, not be afraid to take risks, and leave our comfort zone. Comfort zone does not make one grow. There is nothing in it that should make us stay there. We should rather focus on and do things that are unknown, challenging, and yet packed with potential to grow. Perceiving the unknown as freedom rather than a limit can do wonders. It can change lives, our lives. The unknown reveals our potential. Number 2, immerse in diversity. I can recall very well the first day at the university when I had my first chance to meet my classmates. There were so many different people present in one room that I still feel like it was a United Nations meeting. By the end of that day, I was asking myself these questions. How in the world are we going to work together? How are we going to align our understanding on various subjects, reach consensus, and develop solutions? Geez, this is going to be quite an experience. And it really was. I realized the diversity represents unique constellations of minds, perspectives, skills, knowledge, and experience. When these constellations are aligned under the same vision, that is where the magic happens. Diversity stimulates creativity. Diversity is rich, it strives for variety, and it gives food for thought. By accepting, valuing, and being part of diversity, we make a strong statement against existing prejudices and biases, thus making our contribution to establishment of strong and long-lasting relationships between people. As future leaders, it is of paramount importance for us not to take diversity for granted, but rather see it as a tool that can help us complement each other and assist in finding the best possible solutions. Diversity is about learning how to understand, accept, and embrace our differences by turning them into our strength. Diversity helps to put multiple pieces together, teaching us how to acquire a holistic perspective on the world, our world. The diversity enriches our potential. Number 3, embrace your transformation. This period here in Sweden was transformational, and it has changed all of us. I realized that whatever happens to us, whatever we go through, doesn't only affect our lives, it impacts lives of others as well. Personal changes can become the global ones. And this is something that we should be aware of and at the same time responsible for. Transformation is a complex life process that always leads to a result. I believe that transformation, the success of it, is directly linked to how much we fail. Quite often it happens that when we are trying to reach our goal, we fail multiple times on our way. But it doesn't really matter. It is important not to treat failure as an end, but rather as a means to an end. Failure is nothing more than a lesson that teaches us how to utilize our potential, our inner strength, our desire to thrive. As future leaders, we have to be aware of the fact that transformation has to happen whenever there is a need to advance to the next level. It is crucial to remember that failure is an important part of transformation, and that without it, there would be no learning, and therefore, no growing. Transformation tests our potential. Our potential has been spotted, and it has been generously invested in. During these 2 years, our potential has been revealed, enriched, and tested multiple times. Now, this is the time for big decisions. And whatever they might be, let's remember that we are destined for greatness. And I truly believe that this is the calling we have. Thank you.